All right, we are into champion
We are in
select.
champ select, so we'll get introductions over with in a little bit later. But here we have 7 viewers. Alrighty, so I'm Sarah Cruz. With me this evening is the lovely LP Mageman to my left. And to my right, we have the Asian Black Bear, formerly known as NyQuil, ex-NyQuil. Definitely. So we have ourselves tonight a rematch of the Tempest League Finals and the Quarterly Finals of Phoenix League. AD Cuties versus Vertibrae and his multitude of erections. On the top lane for Vertibrae squad, level 98 Geodude. In the jungle, blazing hot. Vertibrae on the mid lane. Cygnus 2112 as AD carry and banned from Dota as support. In AD Cuties, we have Tiny Tally holding down top. Ken Yi in the jungle. Cavendish mid. King Goldchains 19 and Han Han are holding it down bot. Let's get talking about the game. We see a J4 that is a high priority for both teams, but then the Anivia that's a Vertibrae comfort pick, correct?
Yeah, Vertibrae known around Phoenix League for his Nivea, his most powerful mid lane pick, going to be target ban most every game he plays.
Yeah, and then Nami taken away from Han Han. Han Han very comfortable on that champion as well, so it seems to be attacking some comfort picks. And NyQuil and I were talking about this, ex-NyQuil and I were talking about this earlier, how, these two squads are both fairly evenly matched across the board with potentially a bit of a disparity in the top lane going towards AD Cuties, but outside of that, just a fairly even game.
Yeah, definitely going to be a great match. You can see AD Cuties here already targeting Vertibrae pretty heavily with the first 2 bans, Malzahar and Nivea. We'll see what they do with the third one, but maybe looking to get Cavendish a very good matchup in the mid lane.
And there's Tristana. Power pick in the bot lane. Sejuani, first pick for Blazin.
Sejuani's such a strong jungler right now. A really great first pick option right now, especially since Jarvan, they banned out Jarvan. So Sejuani and Jarvan being like the 2 main first pickable junglers. So Sejuani is nasty with her early ganks right now.
Yep, and before Tiny Tally picks, I want to talk about his champion pool. And there it is already. So, NyQuil, you have some thoughts on this, correct?
Yeah, I admire Tiny Tally and his love for the Dunk Masters. Only plays Garen and only plays Darius. The only 2 champions he will probably play this entire series. So
unless they ban him out.
I would be very surprised. I mean, I don't think that Garen or Darius are worth bans. But even though both are easily counterable and weak in the meta, he makes it work. So more power to him.
Yeah, and there's Kane for Kane, I guess. I don't know. I'll just call him Kenny. Forget that noise. So one of the things we were also talking about before the cast, this is going to be very much a match determined by the top side of the map, or at least that's where most of the action will go down in these games. The Dunk Master from Tally, Vertibrae, and the Boners plays around its namesake very much so. So you can imagine a lot of things will go down through that top lane.
Yeah, you have to imagine that Geodude was expecting the Garen pick since Vertibrae chose not to ban it. So we're gonna have to look and see what they have prepared for that top lane. And then since it's a best of 3, deciding that if things do go badly in game 1, they can always ban the Garen and possibly the Darius in games 2 and 3.
Yeah, I would look to see if things get really bad, they would probably ban out the Garen and then maybe pick a Gnar into Darius and just really get a strong matchup in that top lane. Of course, Gnar is still available here for Geodude, so definitely a viable option as well.
So Corgi's picked up for Vertibrae. She didn't want to get his mid lane pool pinched anymore, and Cavendish with the Ahri counter? How's that matchup go?
I wouldn't say it's necessarily a counter. I think Corki and Ahri is a pretty even matchup. Both have dashes to avoid skill shots, so...
yeah, especially Corki with that package going to be able to match Ahri's level 6 roams pretty well. So I'd say it's going to go pretty evenly. Both able to shove the mid lane out and get some decent roams on in the mid game.
For sure. And Corki is definitely going to scale a lot harder than Ahri is going to, so... Corki's damage right now is just so outrageous.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, especially with the Kane jungle picked, looking like it might be a relatively squishy comp for AD Cuties, especially if they choose to pick out an Ardent Sense for support.
Yep, and now we are tackling the AD carry pool. Xayah, Twitch, imagine maybe a Kog'Maw will be next.
Yeah, once Tristana and Twitch are off the board, your teams generally want to take the Cog off too, because that's the last kind of viable hyper carry.
Maokai, want to get that away from Geodude. He has not picked his champion. But Geodude's a rock type, guys.
Honestly, I feel like
immediate Kog'Maw lock-in. Sorry.
I feel like the Maokai. I wanted to say the Geodude ban. The Maokai ban is a little unnecessary. Maokai into Garen is kind of a losing matchup. Well, Maokai doesn't have very many winning matchups, but
yeah, I imagine they should have banned maybe the Gnar or something that would have done better into the Garen. But yeah, choosing for the Maokai and then the Vayne ban from Vertibrae. Oh, interesting. Probably targeted at King Goldchain.
Ash so wants to make the pick onto the Kog'Maw, pick him, catch him out, hit the R button with another R button and the stuns, just get him down before. But, I mean, he has Janna and Lulu potentially to be picked up for Han, so this Kog'Maw is going to be hard to pull down in the late game.
I would expect to see another, maybe a melee champion here for top lane. Or we're remaking. Oh no.
Oh!
So,
Karma.
Is this a remake, or is this...
the Karma top?
Plan? Tank Karma. Oh my gosh, if this is tanked Karma.
Oh no, he said that we need to restart.
Oh my. So we're gonna get a bit of a remake here.
and by a bit, we mean an entire remake.
Just a slight bit. Guys, I'm excited. Whew. Exciting stuff. So, from what we've seen of these compositions, we did see potentially Lulu out of Han, though they might change that reactively to whatever the top lane pick is. We're getting informed right now it was going to be an Ornn pickup for Vertibrae and the Boners. I'm not quite sure about... Hey, what are our thoughts on Ornn here? We've seen him play to mixed success, but...
I honestly would have probably preferred the ranged matchup into the Garen, especially in game one, just to feel out how Tiny Tally is going to play that matchup. But Ornn will also get tanky pretty quickly in the top lane, especially being able to forge his items. So I think he shouldn't have too much trouble against the Garen.
Mm-hmm. All right, well. Waiting and waiting and waiting. So while we're waiting here, what are our predictions based on the comps we see as they go back into lobby? What are our predictions now as to who will win this game one? X-Nike will go first.
Into game one, I would say... I'm thinking, I don't know, it's kind of risky. With gold chains on the Kog'Maw, and it looked like they were gonna last pick Lulu. Lulu Kog'Maw lane is super brutal, especially into like the three tanks that they had, like Braum, Sejuani, and Ornn. Braum can only block so much of Kog'Maw's damage, you know, so it's not like a Yasuo Windwall or something where it just like completely cuts him out. What the fuck?
Looks like we have a dodge on the side of AD Cuties now.
Language, X-Nyquil! We are professionals.
Oh, their buddy DC, AD Cuties. So we're going to wait for him to get back on and get right back into Champion Select for try number 3.
Yeah, it's all good. It's going to be a good time. So, Nyquil, what were you saying? The Kog'Maw Lulu's a brutal lane.
Yeah, so, you know, Braum's shield, it gives damage reduction while it persists, but it only completely blocks the first shot. So, damage reduction on regular auto attacks is really great, but not percent health.
Gotcha. And LP Mage Man, what are your predictions for this game? Your totally unbiased predictions for game one.
Oh, it's going to be a close one, but I'm going to have to give it to Vertibrae and his multiple boners, of which I am one of them. And I think that the Lulu pick, while great synergy with the Cog, really leaves AD Cuties lacking some of the true tankiness. Garen going to fall off pretty hard in the late game compared to some true tanks like a Maokai, for instance. And then with the Kayn in the jungle and Lulu support.
But it's not a true tank, it's Ornn.
That's true, there's Ornn, but there's also the Braum bot lane as well, the Sejuani in the jungle.
True,
so
true.
there's plenty of tanking Vertibrae compared to AD Cuties in that late game.
Alrighty, well, as you are clearly a biased media person, I'm going to call fake news. And
I am going to have to agree.
alright, so we are waiting. Holy moly. We're talking about cats in the chat. This game is out of control.
Cats.
Let's go.
Oh my goodness, I'm being bamboozled. That's our job. Speaking of which, what were your thoughts on our on the semifinals yesterday, LP Mage Man?
I'd just like to say that Yasuo ADC is incoming as the next meta. The wind wall able to block out AD carry attacks. Just absolutely obliterating anything in their path.
Well, we practiced
So
that against a Draven, and every time he wanted to auto with an axe, where's the fun? Just wind walled and he just lost his axe.
Who did you play against it yesterday with?
Azaya.
Zaya, okay. Yeah, that works pretty well also.
Yeah, so that's important, you know. Yes, they won't be playing Bamboozle yet, but they'll be playing them in a week or two, potentially. Whoever wins this game. There's the Ornn, the good faith Ornn pickup.
Yeah, I'm assuming they're just
quick
gonna pick exactly what they wanted to play, not necessarily trading.
A quick reminder, the winner of this will face Cloud Genesis in the semifinals.
I don't know of this Cloud Genesis. I've never heard of them.
They are a new team who we immediately put into semifinals when they joined.
Immediately, wow. Someone talk to admin about that?
I'm sorry, is this the underside of a bridge right now? There's so many trolls in this chat. Hello?
I am not a troll. I never troll, and I would never troll. I am a completely straight-laced human being. Fake news.
Fake news.
Okay, I'm gonna stop with that before I get in trouble. With my own self. I don't know.
Alright, so we'll see if AD Cuties does decide to go for that Lulu support. They do have the option of switching it
Yeah,
to maybe
they
a
still have a free support pick because that's just only right. They now see that it is indeed an Ornn top lane.
I'm assuming it's still gonna be Lulu. Lulu would still be best here.
Yeah, Lulu
Yep.
Lulu Cog is just really, really strong bot lane right now, especially against Ashe Braum. I'm going to be able to poke him out early.
True. I would say I feel like Vertibrae has got a really strong comp here, but I don't think that they really drafted the game very well. I feel like the draft is pretty weak. They definitely could have taken away the Kog'Maw, being the only hyper carry left. They could have banned that out or taken it away. And if they weren't going to ban Kog'Maw, they definitely could have banned Lulu, or like Janna, or more Ardent supports. So I feel like both kind of got just comfort picks here.
Yeah, I think even maybe if you ban the Lulu or the Janna in that last ban for Vertibrae, then you kind of bait King Goldchains into the Vayne and take the Cog for yourself.
Very true.
Now, it's been a while. I don't think you've passed it with me, Mage Man, and X-Nyquil knows this. These 3 minutes, we could talk about the lanes and what we think is going to happen, but that's a lot of talking. Not enough entertaining. I want a bold prediction.
Ooh.
A bold prediction. What's going to happen this game? My bold prediction is level 98 Geodude will double kill 2v1 top lane against Kayn and Garen.
The Ornn 2v1.
I mean, I've seen it happen. You get
Very possible.
you get the brutal thing. You know, with Kayn, you're very likely to want to over-aggress on a dive. You have the Garen, and he could just outplay it with the Brittle Shield. Who knows? Or an ultimate's pretty dope. But the bold prediction, you have to sort of defend it now. I don't have to put it through the rigor of actual analysis, as I'm just play-by-play. But you two, give me your bold prediction and defend it.
So I'm thinking that we're gonna see Vertibrae kind of control the bottom side of the map and get the early dragon control in this game, because looking at the Ahri, who's relatively immobile pre-6, as well as the Cog Lulu, which is weak in the early game, I want to see Blazin kind of focus on the bottom side of the map and try to delay those power spikes from those 2 lanes. The Garen, like I said, is going to fall off eventually, and Geodude should be able to hold his own pretty well against him. So I'm going to be looking for Sejuani to kind of control that bottom half of the map.
Wait, that's actually a prediction. That's not a bold prediction.
Oh, do you want something bolder?
I want a bold prediction.
I'm predicting the level 6 double kill dive bot lane with Blazin coming in hot.
Alrighty.
Blazin coming in hot. I like
Alright,
it.
that's not as bold as I want, but it makes sense. I can see that happening. Sejuani 6, Ashe 6, Braum with... Braum and Sejuani is such a rough combo to play against, actually.
Yeah, the melee stuns plus the Braum stun stacking up. It's
Yeah.
gonna be stunned forever.
All
Then
right,
the
so
Ashe.
X NyQuil, what you got?
My bold prediction is Vertibrae taking the package into the enemy base,
Ooh.
getting a kill at the Nexus before inhibitor turrets are down.
That is way too
Oh,
bold.
I like it. I like it. Why would that be happening? Defend it. Defend your assertion.
I think that they're going to be trying to push for an inhib tower, and Vertebrae's just going to go ham, like hard in the paint, with a package behind them to cut them off from going back to their base and get a kill. I can see it.
All right.
The hard dive by Corky.
I like it. I like it. Well, so we should be loading in any second now. Any last words before we start?
Good luck to both teams, but especially AD Cuties, because they're gonna need it.
I'm excited for this this rematch. The last time we did this, AD Cuties won 3-1, so it's gonna be exciting. Here we go, loading in.
All right, loading in. We'll get to take a quick look at these keystones.
Real quick look.
The quickest look of all time.
The most quick. The quicker look. The quickerest. The quickiest.
All right, that's a 10-second timeout for Syracuse.
Oh.
I wish I could just time him out. That'd be awesome.
Hey, excuse me. I am play-by-play for this evening. I cannot be stopped.
He cannot.
Oh,
by the
Also,
way, I'm-
$10. By $10, I mean I get this. I say you won $10, and that's about the extent of it. To anyone who can guess my beverage for the evening.
Oh, Margarita.
No,
No, some
Sir.
Mike's Hard lemonade.
no, it's actually water. But it was for the chat, not you. So you guys ruined it. Thunderlord's on Kane. Is this Shadow Assassin Kane?
Interesting. Looks like maybe Cavendish DC again.
That would be tragic.
Oh, here he is. He is loading in.
Oh, gosh. All right, give me 1 second. I'm gonna go flame everyone in the server to join us in this wonderful game. Also, you guys are seeing a black screen. I need to turn my league into borderless. I knew I forgot to do something before we set it up. You can flame me in all chat.
Make sure to flame him very hard. Insults at everyone he knows, everything he's ever loved, and especially his Alistar, which is not as smooth as one would think.
Hey, I had some nasty flanks, so I'll take it.
I'm actually a little intrigued here with the Colossus, Courage of the Colossus on Braum. Normally, most people will take not Bond of Stone. What used to be Bond of
Stoneborn
Stone?
Pact?
Stoneborn Pact.
Yep.
On Braum, because you get it on everything. Normally, that's what people will take. And also gives you the option to go Ardent Sensor if you wanted, even though it's a little troll.
All right, I'm switching it to borderless. You guys have
Yeah,
not
like I
missed
said,
much.
I think Vertibrae going to be looking to beef up their tanks as much as possible for that cog, so I think that might be where he's going with the Courage.
All right, well, here we are in game one. Pings are going out, moving in. Let's see if we see any fun, interactive invades.
Going for the mid lane invade, I like this.
Oh. So they're not spotted.
There is a war.
Well, they will see them, but Braum banned from Dota. Cavendish isn't paying attention. Q lands to get the autos. Has to burn Flash from Ahri.
That's going to be pretty huge in the early game. Like I said, Ahri immobile until level 6, now without the flash as well. So definitely look for Blazin to focus that mid lane.
Alrighty.
Yeah, I'm expecting the blue Gromp red to mid in this early fight here.
Exhaust on Corki as well, going to help with that Ahri diving him at level 6, as well as probably using it on the Cog in team fights.
Alright, so it looks like Sejuani is going to try and start on this blue. That back animation, though. Quality. That's actually the only Lulu skin, so makes sense. Alright, so we look here, we see Sejuani starting off with Ornn on this blue buff, and we have Kayn starting his own blue buff, the double blue buff start. Kayn will probably look to gank top, I would assume. We'll just see how that goes. Ornn starting to approach his lane. So what's something we should, what are we looking at in these early lane matchups?
Garen with his E is gonna usually push the lane whether he wants to or not, unless he's able to, you know, control that to last hit only. So it might be a little difficult for Kayn to get those top lane ganks off.
There's the brittle damage. That's a decent chunk for one ability.
Yeah, after they changed it to the max health instead of current health, it actually does so much more damage now. I mean, that was one of the reasons why he was falling behind early.
Kayn is on that red buff. We'll see where he passes here, but some trading going on bot, forcing Lulu out just a little bit. Shield from Braum, that early level 2 spike. Ornn is getting pushed out a little bit here by Tiny Tally. Kayn is showing up. Half health, however. Drops the ward, turns to Scuttle. I was excited for something to go down.
Looks like some pretty standard laning, just trading back and forth.
Yep, so something we want to keep in mind, this mid lane matchup, they play through Vertibrae. This is Vertibrae and the Boners, so it makes sense that they would play through the mid laner. They know this on the side. Both teams, you have the support. Braum is here as well as Kayn. Van from Dota goes on to Cavendish. Kenny shows up. Exhaust comes out of Van from Dota, and it's Exhaust burned by one side, so I guess that's a trade in favor of AD Cuties?
Yeah, I would say so. I mean, definitely is a win for AD Cuties on that
Meanwhile,
side.
top lane, Tiny Tally. I thought that was going to be a much more extended trade. My apologies. Continue.
It's a huge XP loss for Van from Dota, and also losing that exhaust, and especially a lane like Kog'Maw lane, where the exhaust is really going to help your like trade potential or all-in potential here. So
Kayn
really
and Sejuani meet up in the jungle. Kenny's out for blood. No, he is not. He's just floating around in the wall, casually. Sejuani's going to get pinged out here, get spotted by that ward. Or did she? She might have slipped by unnoticed. Sejuani is invading onto Kayn. Blazing Hot taking a peek.
Might go for the smite steal here?
No,
he
just gets the plant, gets out, and Kenny does try to ask for help. We might have some action, more action down here on the bot lane. Hope if I can hit my numbers correctly. Nope, we will not, and Kayn backs.
Yeah, when we're talking about the mid lane here, I'm actually really excited to see a Corki out of Vertibrae when he's most commonly known for playing like control mages, where Corki is more of like a roaming assassin-y consistent damage.
When Corki becomes an assassin. Top lane, we have some CC landing on Tiny Tally. Sorry, I keep getting excited, but then I remember they're tanks.
Yeah, they're just gonna trade back and forth. Not usually any all-ins.
Yeah, both of them with that sustain up top with the corrupting pot, and then Garen with his Doran shield and his passive.
Well, Mage Man, maybe you can provide some of this as one of Vertibrae's boners. What are the like? Is it in? Do you guys actually look to play around Vertibrae, or is it just a name, or is that something you look to do with Sejuani kind of peeking herself around the mid lane now?
Like Nyquil mentioned, a lot of time Vertibrae will play those kind of bursty, high damage champions, so it's definitely a lane that we look to get ahead. But also, of course, you know, Blazin is usually one of our main playmakers, shot callers as well. So everyone in the team kind of contributing.
All right, Kog'Maw with that brutal W. Gotta wait for that to try him out before you can even look to think to trade. Oh, Braum notices that, goes in, misses the Q. Probably gonna have to disengage from this. Polymorph does go in on Cygnus 2-1-1-2. Its trade's going in favor. Top lane, we see Kayn looking. They want to dive this Ornn. Is it worth? We shall see. He can walk through walls. No, he's gonna blast plant out.
Yeah, diving Ornn at this stage in the game with full health, probably not the best idea. Especially with Ornn with his flash still available. A lot of outplay potential on that champion.
So, it's pretty much just kind of lanes as we expected here, or is there anything unusual going on?
There is a CS differential in the mid lane, which is kind of interesting because normally Ahri is a pretty good farmer. She's got really great wave clear.
Ooh, Charm lands. Vertibrae taking the extended trade, tries to put something back, but not as much as he took.
Yeah, I also want to point out in this bot lane, going a few CS in favor of Vertibrae and the Boners. A little bit unexpected with the range support matchup into the melee support matchup, and the Cog with that range W poke against Ashe. So good job by Cygnus and Ban from Dota here, staying a little bit ahead.
Okay. Well, there's that ranged poke we spoke about. W coming through. What is that from Cog? What is that ability called?
Bio Arcane.
Oh,
Barrage.
Flash Charm misses out of Cavendish. Vertibrae senses something. He misses all his damage and Flash and First Blood over to Ahri.
Yeah, the exhaust not coming out from Vertibrae there. I'm not sure if it came up just as he died, but...
All right, well, Blazing Hot notices an opportunity, looks towards the top side. It does have ult, bit of miscommunication. Ornn does pull out the ram. It hits Tiny Tally, but he is going to get out safely. He went back to farm creep as Blazing was coming in. And
Yeah, really unfortunate there because had Ahri's heal not been up, there's a very good chance that Vertibrae would have won that trade in the mid lane and actually came out with the kill. But she did get the true damage heal on the way back, so...
Oh, off of her passive. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Oh, Ahri and Kayn are looking at this bot lane. Let's see what happens. This is probably going to be a dead bot lane, you can hope. Let's see. Ban from Dota. There's the flash from Cygnus. Ban from Dota flashes as well, but does get caught in the backside. Cavendish 2-0 on his Ahri.
Really, really great roam from AD Cuties here, and Kenny had already been down there taking the Krugs when they saw that Sejuani had gone top, so really great adaptation there from AD Cuties on that side.
And Vertibrae taking his anger out on that tower and those poor little innocent minions. Someone save them. Save the minions, 2017. The Minions Ice Bucket Challenge. You'll see a video. NyQuil is actually sponsoring it this year. I gave him the Ice Bucket Challenge. We'll see if he follows through on it.
So now it's going to be really interesting to see how Vertibrae responds to this, especially with the Ahri being so far ahead.
Yeah, Ahri picking up blue buff as well. Going to be able to...
Oh, Ban from Dota. They might go for him. Ahri does have ult. Sejuani is here, so is Corki. They know it and back away.
And even though Ahri does have 2 kills on Corki, Corki still is up about 18 CS, which 18 CS equals a kill. So really only down about 300 gold, so not too bad.
About 500 gold.
Oh, I guess she did get First Blood too, so...
Yeah. Gosh, get better at math, NyQuil.
I wasn't thinking about First Blood.
Oh, arrow.
Oh, arrow comes out. I'm hitting the wrong buttons. There's the Braum ult as well. So Sejuani ult comes through. They might be able to get Han, but she does use her ulti to keep herself alive. Teleport's coming through. Ornn has his ram. No, Ornn cancels his teleport. They decide the opportunity wasn't worth. Get the cooldown and push out top. Tiny Tally makes the walk of shame to the top lane.
Yeah, great call by Vertibrae there to cancel Geodude's teleport. They would have been absolutely nothing to get at that point in the fight.
Yeah. All right, well, Garen continuing that walk, trading continuing in the bot lane. Gold chains. Oh, the Braum passive ran out just too late for Cygnus, and he's going to get brutalized by this Kog'Maw.
So I think Corki still does have the package in the mid lane, so I'm curious as to what they're going to be doing with it here. It's probably only got about 30 seconds left. Looks
They
like
have
Corki's
cleared
running
out
down.
They're
some
looking for the play bot. Maybe they're going to not have the package into the Nexus, but it's
No
coming through.
flashes.
Braum jumps in. There's the package, knocking the bot lane back. They probably will not survive this and look to save their summoner spells. They didn't even have summoner spells. I am blind as a bat. 2 kills.
Literally just blew them on that last engage from Sejuani. Yeah, so that was a really, really great roam from Vertibrae.
And the kills going exactly where they want them. One under the Corki and one under the Ashe. The 2 carries for this team. And with 4 men to push this bot tower.
Kane's trying to come in and save it, but they won't have the minions necessarily. We'll see who wins it. It's probably going to be in the bot lane. First prick does go into Vertibrae and the boners, but they do lose mid tower in return. 100 gold game.
Tiny Tally coming down from top lane, letting Geodude get the push as well.
Yeah, well, they are looking to rectify that situation as they roam up. Geodude knows it's coming.
Should be able to get his back off fine.
Yeah, great adaptation from Vertibrae there. Really taking advantage of those down summoners and turning the game around where they had already been behind.
Yeah, game exactly even now. 17.5k for both teams.
Gentlemen, I need to say something completely non-game related.
Let's hear it.
I need more quote-unquote water.
Alright, Syracuse will be right back.
No, I won't, because I am a professional.
He's a professional. He never
And I will
leaves.
say things to the outside world, hoping that those nearby will appreciate the severity of the situation and help me out.
AKA your girlfriend.
Yes. She won't do it, though. She's just ignoring me. Oh. What
Here comes
gestures.
the lane swap.
Yep, so back to the game at hand. The lane swap coming through. Sejuani finds the Kane. The Kanui. How do you say his name? Oh! Ornn taking on this Kog'Maw on his own. They might be looking for the dive on Tiny Tally. They're just going to go chip this tower out. Interesting, the Lulu's going mid. However, Braum is staying with Cygnus. Teleport is up on Ornn. No teleport from Tiny Tally available. Pings are going out as they know the roam is happening. And everything just disengages. LP Mageman providing us with static discharge for the evening.
Oh, am I?
Yeah. Oh, this roam's coming in hot top side. There's the flash out of Tiny Tally. Here's the ult from Ari, banned from Dota. Oh, Charm lands onto Ashe under tower. Braum ultimate disengages the fight. Tiny Tally's going to die to tower. Cavendish is tanking next. Most likely to fall as well. It's still... Oh my goodness, how did that tower aggro not kill her? It is 2 for 1 on the top side, and on the bot side, King Goldchains will fall to Ornn and Sejuani. Does Ornn die as well? He uses his E to get out. 1 for 1, mid lane tower going to Vertibrae and the boners, and will most likely see top tower go towards AD Cuties.
Yeah, really great early game from both teams actually here. Making impressive dive plays on both sides of the map at the same time. So always trading something back and forth. Really impressive. I think that maybe AD Cuties may have forced it a little bit hard on that top tower, but still getting the tower, so it's still worth.
Yeah, Vertibrae's going to be happy with where the gold is going right now. Ashe about 600 or 700 gold over the Kog'Maw, getting those 2 kills, and Kog getting those 2 deaths.
Blue buff is going to be taken. Tiny Tally is out for blood. Decides that Corki could kite him. So he walks away. Alright, so let's take state of the game. We're almost about 15 minutes. Pretty much an even game. 2 towers to 2 towers. The only real difference between the teams outside their compositions is top for bottom tier 1s are still up. What direction do we see this game taking next as we enter this mid game?
I definitely think that Vertibrae is going to put a lot of their efforts back up top to try and get that tier 1. Probably keeping Ornn in that bot lane because he still has teleport and going to pressure probably the Rift Herald, I'd assume. Cloud Drake isn't that important to most teams, so I'm assuming that's what they would do, but it looks like they're actually going to match Ornn up top with the Garen, so they can match those TPs.
Yeah, Vertibrae placing some priority on the Cloud Drake here, not wanting to send both members to the top lane without teleport.
Ooh, Corki package comes in onto Cavendish. The engage does continue. Ari does live. Vertibrae is most likely going to fall here. Charm does not land onto the Braum, and they are chasing them down. TP finally coming in out of level 98 Geodude, but it is too late. Engage gone wrong. 2 for 0 in favor of AD Cuties. As they
actually a
turn to
pretty
the
good
Infernal
package
Drake.
there.
Call out Drake, my apologies.
Unfortunate that Ari has, 4 flashes basically.
Yeah, unfortunately for Vertibrae, Cog picking up a kill there, finishing his Gunblade. He's gonna become a threat pretty soon, as soon as he completes his next item.
Gwynzos.
The Quinsus?
Yeah, the Gwynzos.
Yeah, so we've been seeing Wits
Not
end
Gunblade.
recently, but makes sense to see Gwynsus now.
It depends, I think, how you want to build. I think Wits in gives a slower, an early power spike, but not as hard as a Gwynzos does.
Yeah, Wits End also better against heavy magic damage comps, whereas Ash is going to be the main damage dealer here, along with Corki, who is only part magic, part physical.
Well, he's primarily a magic damage dealer, isn't he now?
Yeah, he does 80% magic damage.
Yeah.
And with
Which
those...
means he just does magic. They should just change him to do 100% magic damage.
They could make him a mage, yeah.
Isn't he a mage? He's got those spells. An auto-attacking mage. Alright, Blast Plant. They're going to try and cheese up on this Ash and Braum. They haven't seen him yet. Going on to ban from Dota. It's just a cheese for some poke. Pings go out. Nothing more comes of it as we continue our look around the map. Though 2 kills down, they are only 500 gold away. Still in 600, 700. Math is hard. Gold away for Vertibrae and his boners. We'll see what happens next. Taking a look at the vision. Everyone's just kind of staying strong in their own area. Not too much past the river for both of them. Lots of defensive wards.
Yeah, definitely.
Snappy.
Yeah,
Crackle,
Corki's kind of
crackle.
eyeing this Rift Herald at the moment.
Hey, LP, I think that's you. A lot of
Is it
static.
Still static? Okay,
Yeah.
let's see what I can do.
Alright, so there is that Rift Herald turn coming out of AD Cuties. Well, they could potentially be trying to bait into a fight, but Ash is in the bottom lane, so they effectively give away this Rift Herald for free. They know it, and yeah, they're not even going to push up top lane knowing that they have the inside track on that rotation. Cavendish does get the blue. And yeah, Rift Herald for AD Cuties. Let's see where they drop it. Might look to push it mid already. Rost coming in for Kenui.
I think it's just Kenny. Can we?
Any better?
It stopped, yeah.
All right.
Yeah, so.
But I think AD Cuties is really taking really slight, small advantages here, just choking out Vertibrae slow and methodically,
Slow
which is
and
really
steady.
good.
Yeah, but it is only a 1,000 gold deficit with Corki just now getting his Triforce recently. He can easily turn these fights. Ash is a little bit behind the curve, going for that Zeal early. Not going to pump out quite as much damage as Corki is right now.
Just completed the Essence Reaver as well, so
Oh, so there it is.
everyone's about to their first item power spikes.
So at this state of the game, who wins a team fight?
At this state, I think, depending on how well Vertibrae plays it, Vertibrae would still win a team fight. Right now, until Cog gets a Hurricane, AD Cutie still has like a lot of single target damage, where Vertibrae is still gonna have like the AOE slow, the single target lockdown, and then Corki does massive AOE damage as well. So
Yeah, a lot of CC coming out here from Vertibraes. The Sejuani ult, the Braum passive, the Ash ult. So if they're able to lock down that Cog and deal
Rift
their
Herald's
combos
being
on him-
dropped bot lane. Try and take this tower out from level 98 Geodude. Everyone is rotating down. Tiny Tally does have TP. Take stock of the summoners. Everyone has everything available. This could be a big fight or this could be a big surrender. It is the latter as the bot tier goes down for Vertibrae and the boners. Vertibrae, I believe, there's the Sejuani ultimate onto Kenny. Kenny does not get hit by the Braum ult. Orin ult does land. Ash arrow onto the Ahri. She falls. Kenny ult onto Cygnus. Meanwhile, King Goldchain and Han running for their life. Tiny Tally comes in. Ash seems to escape the clutches of Kane. The Braum, not the Braum, the Sejuani stun lands on a Tiny Tally. His ult goes through as he kills Blazonhot. Level 98 Geodude on the hunt, on the prowl. Blinking Hellfires Tiny Tally finally goes down. Kane is dead as well. I can't remember exactly what happened. Vertibrae is chasing them down. He has the health exhaust onto King Goldchain. He will fall as well. Currently a 4 for 2. Han maybe next. Hits him with the big one. It is a 5 for 2. Ace for Vertibrae and the boners.
Yeah, exactly kind of what I was talking about there is if they could just get that team fight where they would have a little bit more pressure. A little bit unfortunate that they had to lose their 2 tanks there because Vertibrae was off chasing Kane to kill Kane. Probably should have just pushed him out. And
oh, Ari goes in, does not quite land the charm onto Ash. He may get punished here. The stun could land. Kane is here. And this is probably going to be 2 kills. They did get the tower. Heads up play out of Cygnus to take that tower, knowing the situation was gone. Ornn did waste TP, though. 2 for 0, yet tower in favor of Vertibrae. You know, that was an overstay, but heads up play to just realize we're dead here. Take the tower. Their summoner spells were already got down from the previous team fight, so...
Yeah, probably surprised that Ari had completed that proto belt between the team fights there. Pretty surprising cooldown to come out of nowhere when she dashes towards you.
Alrighty, so only 300 gold separate these 2 squads and a tier 2 tower in the bot lane. AD Cuties, knowing they do not have an ADC on the other side, go turn for the Drake, and Vertibrae and the boners has to understand they do not want to contest this, and they do not. Charm misses. Kenny is going deep, has the backup of his team. Our Ash is nowhere to be found, but we might have another scrappy team fight. Lulu and Kog'Maw are separated. Ult lands in onto King Goldchains. Ornn ult. Sejuani ult. He is dead. Ash Arrow coming in to help finish the job, but it's already done. The bot lane from AD Cuties is gone. You can't be cute without your AD, guys, and they're going straight for Baron for Vertibrae and the boners.
King Goldchains with a huge positioning error there in the mid lane, able to be hit point blank with the Sejuani ultimate, separated from his team.
And so,
and Ornn pick really coming through there with that, being able to extend the CC onto that Kog'Maw, not even able to move at all.
Yep, and here we are on to the world's Baron. This is still a 50-50 Baron. Smite is available for both laners. Cavendish trying to get, there's the Braum ult to try and interrupt it. She goes in, here it comes, Smite fight! Ari is dead, Kane gets the Smite, Blazing Hot wasn't looking. Everyone will die, it'll be 3 for 1, but Lulu and Kog'Maw have the Baron buff still. They'll be able to hold even further. That's devastating. Blazing Hot probably wasn't watching, or maybe didn't even have his Smite available. He did have it up.
Yeah, always difficult to try and force those 50-50 Barons. Especially with Kenny being up a level on Blazing Hot. So
No, they were both level 12.
Were they?
Yes, I was looking at that. Well, here we go. Ornn might get chased down here. King Goldchain going in on him. Tries to get the slow, and he is not long for this world. Oh, good shield to save the day, but he is definitely on the and snipe. Sejuani ult goes wide as she tries to save. That turn of events, just a very swingy game here from both squads.
Still staying even though.
Yeah, at the end of the day, Vertibrae about 1,000 gold up, but 2 members of AD Cuties having that Baron buff. So we'll see where they choose to push, what lane they would choose to push.
Something I don't think any of us noticed, or maybe you did and I was not paying attention. Kog'Maw has cleanse, Han has heal, and they went the relic shield build in the bot lane.
Yeah, no, it was very noticeable very early, cleansing some of the Sejuani ults and the Braum stuns. Cleanse into a Braum lane is super useful, especially Braum Ash. As soon as the arrow comes out, it can just cleanse it.
Yep. Well, they're pushing mid with this Baron buff. Can Vertibrae still team fight their way out of this? Because this Kog'Maw's getting massive, and the longer he stays up in a fight, the less likely Vertibrae is to win that fight.
It's going to depend on if AD Cuties can keep him safe or not. Seems like he's playing a bit forward, and we saw him get caught out.
There's the Ash Arrow once again, completely cleansed. That is definitely worth for Vertibrae.
I would say, yeah. The cleanse is still on a really short cooldown, though, so it's not too devastating to lose a cleanse.
But I mean, that's one.
Cooldown about 3 minutes compared to 1 minute for Ash ult, so they'll have a small window.
Yeah, and they've been playing around that cooldown pretty well, knowing that the cleanse timing's on this Kog'Maw. Sejuani ult goes wide. Ari Charm goes wide as well. Kenny is onto Braum and Blazing Hot. Here comes Ornn. Oh, Kane is in the backline. He doesn't get the chance to ult himself. Kane does fall. Sejuani's down as well. Garen gets the Braum. Double kill for Tiny Tally. Blinking health bar on Vertibrae. They're probably going to have to give up this tower as King Goldchain is looking to get that long range autos in. Poke is trying to come in through from Vertibrae. He has a big one. Mitt goes wide straight through the goalpost as they push through this tier 2 tower.
A really great turnaround there on
King Goldchain is still very low. He could fall very quickly if Corki comes back and is able to land some ultimates.
Does he have package available?
No, but oh, here comes the Ashe. Goes wide. A bit optimistic, I'd say, though. All right, here comes the tank battle. Tiny Tally maybe caught out here. No, doesn't want to go on. A Cavendish flashes, misses the charm. Great flash out of Cygnus. Cavendish dies for his efforts.
Yeah, trading flashes, but also trading Ahri's life there. Great outplay from Cygnus.
That was a very quick reaction. As they look to maybe take advantage of the 4 for the power play here as they push in the mid lane. This tower in the mid lane is actually very much chunked down. And King Goldchains is in the bot lane, so that's their main damage source. They're giving up tier 2 mid. Boop. Alrighty.
Yeah, Vertibrae forcing onto the tier 3 now.
Alright, no package for Corki, so no bold prediction on NyQuil. They try and take out Tiny Tally. Here's Kenny on the back line, so is King Goldchain. Cygnus falls so quickly. Sejuani lands on the Corki, but it's not enough. Kane landing onto Corki Kog'Maw. My apologies, Banned from Dota is having to walk away as Vertibrae and Blazing Hot bail on this whole situation. Kenny's not letting them. He's chasing them down. And Banned from Dota is living for a very long time. I believe he will die, but Sejuani and Corki get out scot-free. 3 for 0. Who does the kill go to? Goes to Tiny Tally. Baron is up in 20 seconds. Oh my gosh. Ahri comes in with the Proto Bell, kills Corki. This could be the game here. Blazing Hot's caught on her own. They're chasing her down. No charm available. It still uses the ult. Flash out of Sejuani. Meanwhile, mid, Kog'Maw and Lulu are taking down towers. Charm lands on the Sejuani. Still super tanky. It's going to be up to Cavendish and Blazing Hot. My apologies, Blazing Hot and Cygnus 2-1-1-2 to hold the fort here. Let's see if they can do it. Cygnus playing very far up. Kenny is super low. Tiny Tally at half health. Gotta put the dancing shoes on. Ashe arrow goes wide. Ornn is up, so they save the base for now. Only losing an inhib as AD Cuties turn to Dragon.
Yeah, really risky scenario there for
50-50 Baron. They know the cooldowns are down. They know Cleanse is up on King Goldchains. Doesn't matter. Blazing Eye does get the Dragon in revenge. Is it worth it? He may lose his life here. Ult is just burned. Here comes Ornn ult. The Rammus. The true Rammus goes wide. Corki gets hit by the charm. Is going to get bursted. Package goes in. They are focusing hard on King Goldchain, knowing he is the primary target. Not enough damage to go through the Lulu shields. He does live. Flash burned out of Cygnus. Cleanses up for him. Do they continue the chase? No. In fact, Cavendish wants to keep fighting. Gets the charm onto Braum. Great save out of Banned from Dota. Kenny is coming through on the backside, trying to go through the walls. Lulu ult is used on Kog'Maw. There's the knockup from Ornn. Doesn't matter. Kenny is in. Ashe is trying to kite and stay alive. Braum ult comes through. Han getting kited out. Super low on the Ahri. Ornn goes in hot. King Gold has to burn his cleanse to stay alive. These extended team fights are insane. King Goldchains will fall here. It is 3-4 for 2 for Vertibrae and his erections as they push down the bot tower.
Extremely greedy chase there from AD Cuties, having won the fight, choosing to chase after the remaining 3 members of Vertibrae, and it's just going absolutely wrong.
In fact, the fight went on so long. Garen is up again. I don't know if they can. Will they be able to get much out of this? They have no wave to take this tower.
Yeah, at this point, you secured the dragon, you secured the kills. Go set up vision on the top side for the Baron buff.
At 30 minutes in, 20-20, 5 towers to 5. We were talking about how these teams.
Difference.
Yep, these teams are very evenly matched, and we are seeing it on the screen right now. This is exciting.
Yeah, this is that last team fight was insanely crazy. With Sejuani being in the Dragon Pit for so long by herself, just not really.
That passive kept her, like, she just took no damage from her passive. Like, let's have a look at her stats right now with her passive up. Oh, she had to go after. Yeah, that was over 400 armor and 400 MR before the jungle creep took it off her. The next fight will be at Baron with the Mountain Drake and a Kog'Maw, and even some of the percentage health that Kenny will do with his cleaver. I may be getting that all completely wrong.
I want to highlight Banned from Dota's Braum there in that last fight. Really protecting the Ashe really well. Eating face blade, like taking charms, making sure that Ashe stayed safe, eating all of the cog damage. Just really good from that Braum.
I'm going to selfishly point out every single one of my deaths was for the team on that Alistar. So you say smooth sarcastically. It was all intentional. All intentional. Back to this exciting game at hand. Enough joking around. Quarterfinals, semifinals are at stake here. Want to make a strong showing in game 1. Baron control is in favor of AD Cuties right now. Charm does not hit. Ashe does have her E, so they don't quite have the lack of... You'd normally see the lack of vision abilities, but Charm lands on the Braum. He may be caught out here. Banned from Donut's going to probably burn his ult soon. There it is. Here comes the Ornn ult as well to follow up. Kane uses his ult onto the Braum. They are turning on Kenny. He's on the back line, ulted by Lulu. Charm lands on the Ashe. She is still alive somehow. Garen is going in deep. Blazing hot. There's the Ashe arrow onto Cavendish. Level 98 Geodude is left alone. 1 for 0. 50 health on 3 members of Vertibrae and the Boners. Do they turn to Baron? Do they get inhib? Do they do both? What is on AD Cutie's mind right now as they have a free power play?
Looks like it's going to be that top tier 2. A huge minion wave stacking up.
Yep, let's see what happens here. Cleanse is up now from Kog'Maw, or at least in 2 seconds or so. Wave clear trying to come in with Vertibrae and the Boners. They definitely have enough to hold back this siege. AD Cuties look towards the Baron.
A lot of times we'll see teams get chunked out like this. Like, take a look at Ahri and health bar there, and then go for the Baron and get turned on by the other team.
And there it is. They know a Charm deftly dodged by Blazing Hot. Baron is already at half health. They're not going to be able to get this smite in. This Baron is going to be gone. Blazing Hot goes in for the steal, gets polymorphed. Baron's not dead yet. Kog'Maw does get it. However, Han will fall here. Ultimate used on her. The fight continues. Kane is going to have to ult to save his life. King Goldchain is stunned. He is down. Kane is on stage trying to go for his life. Vertibrae is going after him, stuttering up a little bit here. Cavendish going in on Cygnus, dodging everything, but she will fall next. Kane is still alive. He's going on to Kog'Maw, gets the kill. Ornn and Braum are all that's left. 3 for 2. AD Cuties do have the Baron. That was almost the turn for Vertibrae and the Boners, as I am having a hard time keeping up with these fights.
Yeah, Vertibrae in that last fight really, as a team, just overstretching themselves, wanting to try and get that comeback to pull that Baron off of their members, instead of just taking what they got and playing it safe. Because at this point now, they're just overextending themselves in fights, and where they win in a fight, they lose it like 2 seconds later with overextending themselves. So really should just start taking the small trades and the small advantages instead of really trying to push a heavy advantage somewhere.
Yep. Summoner spells for both squads. Teleport and Flash on the Cog are all that's available. Oh, heal as well for Han. On the other side for Vertibrae, just Flash on their 2 tanks on Sejuani and Ornn.
I really want to highlight Han on the Lulu at the Baron. Polymorphing Sejuani at the right time to prevent Blazin from getting that smite off.
I believe you can smite through poly.
Oh, is that true?
Yeah, you just have a hard time getting in there. It was still a clutch polymorph. You could smite through it, but she kept her from...
But you can't get into range.
Yeah, he kept Blazing Hot from getting into there. Still a very good poly from Han. Alright, looks like we're going to fight for this Mountain Drake. Just anything to team fight for these 2 squads. They spot out Kane, but that's not the target you want to go on. You want to go for this Kog'Maw. You don't want to get distracted by the Kane too much. In fact, and AD Cuties looking to take the fast track into mid lane. Kenny zoning them out. In fact, he's going a little hard on Sejuani. Everyone's turning. Ahri does go for Vertibrae. Gets Valkyried away. She's in alone. Kane gets CC'd. The massive amount of CC into that one brush. Cavendish having to bail out. Tiny Talon wrecking havoc on the backline of Vertibrae and the Boners. It is not enough. Cygnus does finish him off. Kenny is in there all alone. Can he sustain through it? Stunned. He will fall next. 1-2 for 0 for Vertibrae and the Boners. Linking the health bars on all 3 tanks for Vertibrae. But that does not stop. King Goldchain does notice that. Goes in super hard here. Not as hard as I thought. and he is trying to ult and poke down Geodude. They will get this inhib, maybe not, as King Gold tries to go after Cygnus. Charm misses. Cygnus kiting them out masterfully. But the inhib does fall to the Baron minions in the Kog'Maw.
What were you saying, maybe?
Cygnus just showing great mechanics here, dodging in all of these team fights. A lot of the skill shots coming at him.
Yeah, I also want to say,
oh wait, gentlemen, we're about to have another one. Cygnus does blast plant in, knows they're there.
I don't think he was even looking at the. I don't think he noticed the red.
Oh, there's the Ash arrow. Does it land? It hits Han. Is there enough time to follow up? Sejuani and Ornn are looking at this Kog'Maw. Han will fall to Ash. She is not escaping from that. Let's see if Ornn and Sejuani are able to get onto Han. Sejuani does have ult. There is Cleanse available. Packages up on Corki. Flash out of King Gold Chain. They're going hard on him. That is a lot of damage on the Vertibrae. Here comes the Ornn ult. They might get Tiny Tally instead when they were going for the Kog'Maw. Instead, Tiny Tally is super tanky. King Gold Chain being aggressed upon by Blazonhawk. Blazonhawk uses his ult to hit Tiny Tally. Kenny is getting bursted down as he ults onto the backline. He will fall here pretty shortly. And there he is. He is down. Ahri is pushing mid, pushing on the Nexus turrets. Bromwell comes through, misses both Kog'Maw and Tiny Tally. As the three members of Vertibrae look to back, and the fight's continuing. Ornn and Sejuani do get back to try and defend the base. Let's see what happens here in bot lane. Ahri does get a tower, trying to kite out these two tanks. Do they have enough in the tank to kill her? Ahri's gonna probably get Blazing Hot here. Blazing Hot falls. On the other side, Kog'Maw falls in return, and so does Tiny Tally. Ornn, it's gonna come down to level 98 Geodude. Can he get Cavendish? Cavendish is super low. Does the Ornn have it in him? He's getting chased around and kited so hard. Cavendish is fighting for his life, does fall to the bing from the hammer. This game is probably going to go for Vertibrae and the Boners. 6 seconds up on Kane with Han. Is there enough to hold off 4 members left of Vertibrae and the Boners? Ornn ult is through. Kane will probably kill Vertibrae here. Indeed, he does. He does have Han. Cygnus is trying to focus the Nexus. Not enough damage out of him. It's on level 98 Geodude and banned from Dota. They're trying to kill the Nexus. They're trying to stay alive as long as they can. It's on ban. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, 4, 5. Banned from Dota does it in game 1. Vertibrae and the Boners. Woo!
An insane final 10 minutes. I don't think you breathed that entire time.
Ooh.
That's called air support, boys. Do your band warm-ups, breathing exercises. Holy moly.
Non-stop.
But not enough about the talking. Minutes. What an ending to that game.
Jesus. Non-stop team fighting for at least 10 minutes there. Absolutely insane across all points of the map. And a base race to top it off. You can tell both of these teams want this so bad.
So bad. This is a grudge match from the Tempest League Finals.
Now,
Cavendish is going to be kicking himself, wondering if he should have gone for that push at the end or if he should have stayed back for that team fight.
Yeah, definitely. And Cavendish being a majority of their damage, actually. Obviously, Kog'Maw is obviously the hyper carry there, but Cavendish was the reason why they were winning a lot of those team fights with the amazing charms and really pressuring Ash and Corki both.
Yeah, but right back in at it though. Cygnus, just watching Cygnus and Cavendish go at it, the mind games, the jukes, the dodges. If you can dodge a charm, you can dodge a ball here, boys. I would love to see what Cygnus does in PE.
Yeah, Cygnus out damaging everyone in the game there. Really great showing on Ash, able to keep himself safe thanks to the Sejuani and the Braum. Really not impressed with the Kane pick here. Like I mentioned earlier, I would have liked to see another tank, true tank to kind of help support that cog, maybe do some more peeling. The Kane not really fitting the team comp very well. Kane,
honestly, if I'm play-by-play doing analysis meme here, but I'm surprised he didn't go Spirit Visage. I feel like he would have done a lot better. You're gonna get CC'd. Maybe Merc Treads is probably a good choice, but I'm surprised he didn't ever go for a Spirit Visage. His healing would have been insane. There was no healing reduction on the side of Vertibrae and the Boners until Cygnus got Mortal Reminder.